came to Oregon because I didn't want to wind up dead or in prison.
I fought a lot, you know. I was really young and hard-headed. I was real angry.
Broke the dude's nose and his eye socket, and it just was all bad from there.
You know, I had a wife and 2 kids, and I just blew it. But you know, so I lost all hope.
This is where a lot of the guys that I grew up with, we hung out here in this park. This building right here is where we played basketball. Wow. This is where I used to brush my teeth, where I used to wash my face. I've been ran out of here so many times. I was hooked on cocaine. I slept under these trees, and I would cover myself with leaves to keep warm. I've worked and been in recovery for almost 30 years now. And I'm helping people that have the same issues that I had when I was living in this park. And it's called mentoring. A review of your progress. What a mentor does, in my opinion, is provide guidance and direction. And with that guidance and directions comes a sense of value and principles and morals. Mentoring is all about being a big brother, being a father figure, being a role model to individuals who need guidance and directions.
The heavier you are, you know, the longer your rehab is. So I met Tracy 16 months ago. I was parked in the lot, and I watched him walk over to my car, and I could see he wasn't used to being out in society. He was looking around, and he walked up and said, "Are you Roy?" And I said, "I am." And I invited him in, and we sat and talked a bit, and says, "Well, let's go have some coffee." I've been out now for 16 months, and that's the longest in my whole life without relapsing or going back to jail or anything. And like I said, if I didn't have you as a mentor, Roy, and I didn't meet you when I got out, I probably wouldn't have done nearly the stuff that I've completed. When I first got out, when I met you, I did have trust issues because I thought to myself, you really do care. You know, you want to get back. You told me your story and how you've been, you know, doing good for 20-something years or whatever, and so you inspired me. I said, well, man, that's a success story. So I thought, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. And then if I can do it, I think anybody can do it. I can honestly say right now, sitting here, that I will never be put in handcuffs again.
A person who have a mentor is better integrating back into society as opposed to a person that don't have a mentor. A person who don't have support, who don't have mentorship, most often you get back into the same thing that he was engaging in before he went to prison.
So I watched my mentor. I watched what he do. So it influenced me. The number one thing that I was able to achieve from watching was family life. I said, man, look at that marriage that my mentor and wife have. Wow, they're happy. I would see them walking down the street together. I'm like, wow, look at this. I can do that.
I lived really wild. Like, I didn't have anyone that was on me every day. Go to school, listen, do the right thing, you know, slow down. I had a drug addiction problem from the age of 13. At the age of 15, I started smoking crack cocaine. And so when I got to prison, it's real structured. You get up at a certain time, you can't talk back, and everything they didn't want me to do, that's all I knew how to do. We hope tomorrow at the event. But when you are so alone and a stranger comes who has nothing to gain, it's a different kind of connection. And it instills in you a different type of direction, like God is sending these angels. Sometimes they would get on my level and talk to me just like I was talking to them. And sometimes they would let me know, I've been where you been. I know about what you're going through.
For instance, for me, 5 years ago, I was an addict on crack at the bottom with nothing. These women stepped into my life and helped me. They didn't ask me 1,000 questions. They knew my look. They knew that look. They knew that desperation.
Having somebody walk with you that can relate with you, that you can trust, is the biggest factor in mentoring to me.
So it's really important to match somebody up with someone who has been incarcerated and who has learned a new set of values and rules and can really speak to the fact of how wonderful life is being clean and sober and doing it right.
I had never been to prison. The idea of going inside was kind of scary, but it turned out to be way better than I thought, much more comfortable than I thought, and I found a lot of acceptance and a lot of grace from the guys inside. I go in because I care about people, because I love people. I want to offer them hope. I want to offer them resources when they get out. I want to offer them someone that cares on the outside, that's willing to help them when they get out. The last guy that touched me like that got hurt. My first time in, we're standing in a circle, holding hands, doing the Lord's Prayer, and when we finish saying amen, one of the guys across from me, he's big, over 6 foot tall, 280 pounds, crew cut, rough-looking character, and he says to me, "Hey," and I went, "Oh no, do they warn you that people could get hurt in prison?" And I'm saying, "Yes," and I'm just a little white guy. And then he took a step towards me, and I just kind of closed my eyes. I thought I was in trouble, and he grabbed me, pulled me to his chest, and he said, "I'm just glad you're here." And I went, "Whew, this is going to be better than I thought." I think the best quality is just to be genuine, to be authentic, to be yourself, to not try to impress them, not try to be something you're not. Just be who you are. And that's what they appreciate the most.
A recovery mentor helps people seeking recovery to remain engaged. Okay, so if you're going to boil all this fancy, book knowledge down to changing people's lives, in family systems therapy, what they say are closed systems disintegrate and open systems thrive. So somebody that's saying, "Leave me alone, go away, I'm not interested in you helping me, I got everything dialed," is generally going to get worse over time. They're closed to having inputs. Where an open system is like, "Yeah, I got a problem. Yes, I've struggled with this. Yes, it's been an issue. I've lost jobs. I've lost friends. I've lost family. I've lost partners." They're more likely to get help. And what mentors do is they promote engagement.
It's relationships. It's trying to teach people how to build relationships. Because it takes maybe a year, maybe not quite a year, 9 months, to find out who is Harry out here. I know who Harry is in the joint, just been there 10 years. Okay, who's Harry out here? And how can he relate with another person over time?
So I made the decision to leave.
Okay.
I made the decision to
Good
leave
for you.
because I didn't want to damage our relationship with my
Sure.
family.
I understand.
Mentoring is not about friendship. It's not about kinship. It's about holding people accountable and holding them responsible and showing them that there are consequences for decisions that we make, bad decisions.
Well, the car broke down, and we couldn't get a hold of nobody.
We've got a client that's homeless.
Yeah,
We got to look at getting you off the street right now.
And because I had a drug addiction problem, the cycle continued. I needed more drugs, so I committed crimes. I committed crimes to get more drugs, and it got so deep until eventually I was in prison a good part of my life. And so I was really angry, and I said, "Well, did you tell them that we're incorrigible, basically, that our life looks like this? It's a hot mess, we're always fighting, we're either homeless or living in a crack house. It's like horrible the way we're living. Did you tell them the truth about our situation?" And she said, "Yes, I told them," and they said that they know that we can change, you know, if we come hang out with them and listen to them. And so I went back into my cell and I got on my knees and I said, God, if you can do it for these women, then do it for me.
Love is contagious. It draws. It brings people to you. It makes them feel safe. And so that is what a mentee should have. They should know that they'll be safe in the company of a mentor. When you accept a person, you're not accepting all their circumstances. You're accepting them as a person that can be valued.
I know that it's a difference, and I feel different. I live different. You know, my phone contacts are different.
Yes.
You know, it's and that's amazing to me. You know.
You know, walking with the core group of guys that I got, we all mentor each other. The majority of us went through mentor training together. It affected my whole life.
This is the only page we have to sign in this portion.
Oh, okay.
Be happy about that.
I am
We've
happy.
got 30 pages of lease.
We are an extension of our fellow man. Those of us who experience mentorship, we have a responsibility to keep the movement going.
How does it work? Okay, now just run it in front of that little
Light?
doohickey there. There you go.
Okay.
Individuals that I have mentored, they have went on to mentor someone, and those individuals have went on, and so we carry the torch.
This is my new home right here. All right. This is very comfortable, very clean and comfortable. It feels steadier.
You know, whether it's a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a child, a neighbor, a friend, an associate, that we all are affected by someone that's incarcerated. And I think as a society that we all bear a role in trying to help and support the successful integration of people coming back into society.
If you want folks to be better people and be productive members of society, then you have to invest.
We believe in the person, and we believe they can win.